MusicalTalk, the UK independent musical theatre podcast.
I'm sitting here with Dom. Hello, Dom. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Getting into a busy time of year for you, aren't we, with pantomime and other such jolly activities?
I'm just about to do the annual check at the station to see who else is heading off to pantomime with their suitcases.
Speaking of pantomime, we want to talk about a very funny piece of theatre that you and I went to see about a week ago. So, I don't know about your mind, but my mind is a bit... not struggling to remember it, but it's not as easy to talk about it as it was if you had recorded this immediately after the show. But we went to see Acorn Antiques for one night only.
The musical.
At the Shaftesbury Theatre, the Victoria Wood musical. I'm a massive fan of Victoria Wood's songs over her stand-up and sketches, I would say.
You are?
Yeah.
Yes.
For me, primarily, she's a comedy songwriter and everything else is a bit kind of, okay.
Okay, right. But it's not your generation, though, is
and
it?
I haven't seen much of her sketch show either. I've only made the effort to look at her songs, like her just her at the piano doing Barry and
So
Freedom.
you're making a judgment on without really...
Absolutely, yes. A judgment based on ignorance. Welcome to Musical Talk.
Well, because I was a teenager when As Seen on TV was on, and it was compulsory viewing. For me, anyway. So, and the next day, all my friends and we were just quoting from it all the time. And I think she wrote the funniest sketch ever created, which is the waitress sketch. And I remember watching that as a child and as a teenager, and my mother came into the room because she thought I was having some sort of fit because I was laughing so much. I was throwing furniture around the room, and
Is that the tray?
no, no, it's not.
Okay.
So the tray is Mrs. Overall, which is Acorn Antiques.
Yeah.
The waitress sketch is, if you don't know it, look it up on YouTube. I'm not going to say anything about it. Look it up on YouTube, and you'll see it. It is possibly one of the funniest sketches ever written. And it's genius. Anyway.
Back to Acorn Antiques. So
Yes.
There was a TV show called Crossroads, wasn't there? Which was a kind of bad live... Was it live or was it just done on a budget?
I don't think it was live. It was not live. And it wasn't particularly done on a budget, but it was a daytime soap or a kind of evening soap. Hugely popular and massively successful. It wasn't a bad soap at all. It's bad in the sense that we take the piss a bit out of it. And from that was spawned the idea of Acorn Antiques, which was a sketch that featured on As Seen on TV with backdrops moving, doors not closing, people missing cues, cameras too close.
It's the show that goes wrong before the show that goes wrong, or before the corny polytechnic amateur dramatic, whatever the full title was.
Yeah, we won't go into that because there was plenty of shows that did the show that goes wrong before the show that goes wrong. The Farndale plays. They're just not as popular.
It's that kind of, we're going to carry on regardless. The set's wobbly, we missed our cue, but we're going to carry on.
Yes, absolutely. And when they wrapped that up on the TV show, she then did a one-off special. I can't remember what it was in. I think it might have been Victoria Wood and all the trimmings, but they did the making of Acorn Antiques, which was like behind the scenes. And from that, eventually the musical Acorn Antiques was created. And it's a very different show from the one that was originally produced in the West End. The original show, the first act was about a theatre company in Sutton Coldfield putting on a musical of Acorn Antiques, and it is very grimy and dirty, and it's a metaphor for difficult life, and all the actors return to be in it. and it turns out to be this awful kind of Les Mis spoof, which was brilliantly written. I love Act One, but it was a joke really for people in the industry. It then went on tour, and then she extended Act Two, which is the more bright.
What people are there to see.
Yes. Well, no, not really. But it depends who you are, really. So, and she extended Act Two into a full 2-act musical. And that is the production.
Showing how talented she is, really.
Yes.
To do the music, do the lyrics, do the script. And she directed the tour as well.
Yes, I don't know whether she did the original orchestrations.
No,
if she
wouldn't
did,
have done,
well,
it was Chris Walker, I think, did the original orchestrations. We got the
orchestrations.
Chris Walker.
That's interesting. If she'd done the original orchestrations, the only other person to have done that, done book lyrics,
Samuel Holmes, wasn't it?
Rupert Holmes.
Oh, Rupert Holmes,
yes.
that's it.
Yes.
But yeah, so then she directed it and stepped into Trevor Nunn's shoes because he directed the original. There is a documentary about the making of the musical on YouTube, and there is the entire musical to watch on YouTube if you want to.
Yes, or buy on DVD.
Yeah, but to see the thing on stage was wonderful. And when I found out it was doing a kind of evening of it, you jumped to the opportunity, didn't you, Dom?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I couldn't wait to see it. And also to see this new version, which actually had a couple of extra songs in it, which was nice to see. And there was quite a few people who were in this production who were either in the original or were in the touring production. So my friend Danielle Coombe was in the original stage production in Haymarket. And all I can say, Nick, is that I walked in here and you did not designate which were the general tea bags and which were the principal tea bags.
Because that line wasn't in the show when I saw it.
No, but anyone who's a big fan will know that. And people who don't will think I'm mad.
I love it because it was immediately on starting. It's a kind of we get a parody of Chicago, didn't we?
Yes. Manchester Food
Yeah.
is a version of all that jazz. And it was brilliantly done with them doing the
With
Bob
Anna Jane
Fosse.
Casey doing the excellent.
Yes, and doing Bob Fosse hands in rubber gloves as well is just brilliant.
What surprised you in this production? Obviously, the new songs. And
I think what surprised me most was that we were kind of led to believe that it was a kind of staged concert, whereas actually it was a fully staged show. They had done it up at Hope Mill. I don't think they actually performed at Hope Mill because Young Frankenstein's on there at the moment, but they were doing it at
Manchester
Opera House.
Yeah,
So they did it there, and
week before.
yes, and then they added a couple more dates. So, and one of them was here. So, and I don't think we really appreciated how much of a full production we were going to get. The costume, lights. I mean, the set was not a big touring set or a set for a show that would have been in situ, but it worked perfectly well, and it was
All the walls wobbled when they needed to.
they did indeed, and but it was great. It was really nice. So
And
yes.
it's a British farce, and the fact that it all ramps up as the story goes on and it reaches its ridiculous climax when we have anagrams going on and things. And
Yes, the last 5 minutes are just a bit nuts. You're sitting there going, what the hell is happening? I mean, I've seen that ending loads of times, but I was still kind of going, what? Okay, yes. I mean, I understood it, but it is a bit nuts, that ending. But it works.
Julie Walters playing the character of Mrs. Overall in the television version, and then she did it on stage slashing with Victoria Wood, didn't she?
Yes, apparently Victoria Wood took over on bingo nights.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the cast we had was excellent. I thought it was Julie Walters when she came out as Mrs. O, because the actress that we saw, who was where's the cast? Rhea Jones has done it a time, hasn't she? She kind of was the second person to do it.
Yes, I believe so. She did the tour. So and she was fantastic. I mean, she was really channeling Julie Walters. But it's one of those ones. I heard some people in the interval, these two guys going, why couldn't she just doing an impersonation of Julie Walters? But the problem with Mrs. Overall is you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. So, and personally, I would much prefer her to have done what she did. And she absolutely made it her own. It wasn't a complete impersonation of Julie Walters doing it, but it was there's certain lines that really, if you're going to deliver them in that way, and also it's Mrs. Overall, she was playing Mrs. Overall, she wasn't playing Julie Walters. So and
also you have to kind of remember when we were before the show, you were saying Victoria Wood was a stickler for kind of even the rhythm of dialogue.
Oh yes.
So when you get a character like Mrs. Overall who's very kind of quavery in her speech, you have to deliver that because that's how Victoria Wood probably wanted the character to be in the first place.
Yes, I mean,
this whole evening was a tribute to Victoria Wood.
Oh, it was, yes. There was right at the beginning, I don't know if you noticed it, there was a joke about that because and I can't remember the line, but she said a line which didn't make sense and everyone looked at her and then she kind of repeated the line and then spoke out loud and went, comma, and then continue. So I think that was obviously a nod to Victoria Woods' stickler for grammar.
Yes.
And it does matter, you know.
Well, we had proper lyrics in this show as well.
Oh,
which was
yes.
a joy to hear.
Proper lyrics that rhymed. Songs that you can sing almost immediately when you leave because you know all the lyrics. And melody, not just bloody chord changes. It was so nice just to hear songs with tunes and funny lyrics. And even when she does a pastiche of something, it is so much. And it's so much better than other people who try to emulate things. So. The song Acorn Antiques, you know, it starts off doorbell rings and in comes customer. But it's not, you know, the song is not. You actually don't realise that line is the same from Company, and then you kind of go, oh yeah, that's brilliant, that's very clever. And there was a couple of songs that are special for this show.
It's a summer holiday one or whatever one it was.
Shagarama.
Yeah.
Well, that was a standalone Victoria Wood song, which they've put into this, and I loved it. I thought it was really good, really fun. And then there was also a gents duet, which was really sweet actually, sung by Derek and Mr. Watkins, who was
Rob Madge,
and forgive me while I look through the.
We're flicking.
Steve Elias.
Yeah.
I want to say.
It was lovely. There's some very touchy moments as well.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, for something that is such broad comedy, there are some really moving moments. I thought Gina Beck as Miss Berta was amazing as well, and she sang this beautiful song called "Find Him," which is just so sweet.
And Catherine Kingsley as well, Anna Jane Casey.
Catherine Kingsley as Miss Babs. I mean, they would really, the cast were sublime, you know. You couldn't fault it really. I actually, this might be a bit controversial, I actually preferred Anna Jane Casey to Josie Lawrence in the original. I thought Anna J. Casey.
Well, I've seen Josie Lawrence only in Whose Line Is It Anyway, and she didn't strike me as much of a singer.
Oh, she's a big singer,
but not to Anna Jane Casey's level.
Well, Anna Jane Casey is a real MT, but Josie Lawrence has got a great. I mean, no, she was known as a singer. Okay. So yes, so I mean that was one of the main things, and I've seen her in other things that were brilliant, but I didn't hugely.
So who else was in the original cast? Neil Morrissey played
Trevor Nunn in the first half, and then he played the character I've forgotten. Oh, Tony.
Yeah.
You had Celia Imrie as Miss Babs. It was all the original. Well, I'd say the Duncan Preston was Mr. Clifford.
He was in this show as well, wasn't he? As a little cameo.
Yes, he was. He played in the original. It was Ronnie Corbett, so he came back and played their father
with a great visual gag where he's doing a will by video.
Yes,
that we're watching, obviously filmed in the past, but he's talking to the people as if he's being paused and things, which is quite fun.
And Celia Imrie was incredible. And then you also had Sally Ann Triplett playing Miss Berta, and again wonderful.
Gag, are you a triplet? Which I thought would have been a nice.
That was probably from being in the first show. So Julie Walters, of course. I'm trying to think who else.
Famously the most expensive show ever to see in the West End.
At that time, I remember when they announced it, there was shock. Shock went around.
£50 a ticket.
£50 was the top price ticket for Acorn Antiques. I remember thinking, that's too expensive. I'm not going to be able to afford to see it.
And today I saw Elf was on sale on Christmas Eve for £337.
Oh, bargain.
I'll have 10. 10 elves.
So, yes. Yes, it's amazing how things have changed, isn't it? So
there was a couple of weird moments in the show where I don't know if it was a technical error or just an odd thing that didn't make sense. At the beginning of each act, there's a row of shop fronts.
I think that was just a little mistake. I think you thought more of it.
Yeah, but just a joy to have seen it at last without having to watch it on a little screen.
Yes. Although you haven't watched it on the little screen.
I flicked through a lot of it, but just to sit and see it in the kind of venue where it belongs was wonderful.
Yes.
And I hope it returns. And I hope.
Well, they're doing one more performance, or maybe they've already done that. But it is wonderful that they've actually been allowed to do it again.
Yeah.
The band were fantastic as well. I mean, it's not a very big band, and yet it felt really full.
Yeah.
It was a superb production, and
didn't feel like a one-off at all, really. It just felt they were seeing a long run in the West End.
Yes. I don't know whether...
In the world's strangest theatre that has an odd layout that I'm glad they're rebuilding.
It's like a rabbit warren.
I know. I think I ended up in the blooming Leicester Square tube station at one point trying to find the lavatory.
I have to say, though, it was just packed to the brim with anybody who's everybody.
Yes, it wasn't a general public moment, was it?
It was definitely an industry evening. I mean, and it was packed to the rafters, and I kept on bumping into people I know, which is... It's always, I was looking across going, oh, hello, how are you?
And generally, a very, very well-behaved audience.
Generally, we had a little issue, didn't we, with a situation in front of us which we weren't really aware of.
No.
Probably. Then I waded in, as I do. But
turn your phone off.
Turn your phone off, people. And yes, but it was the audience were up on their feet, and I don't like this thing of having to give standing ovations.
Well, it's kind of thing, if one person stand up, everyone has to stand up because someone's view will ultimately be blocked.
Well, yes, and I mean, I don't worry about that so much. Yeah. I mean, but it's very apologies to our friends over the pond, but it is something that we've inherited from the States.
But this was well deserving because we were cheering,
and everybody stood up just generally because we were
cheering the cast, we were cheering in fact they put it on in 9 days or something like that, and also. I know that I
have to say, at that point...
You have chagrin with that, don't
you?
Well,
I don't have chagrin, but, it's... But the funny thing is that my friend who is in it, I worked in rep with, and I saw some other friends who were in rep as well, and they went, they've only had 9 days, and everyone went, ooh, and I was thinking, hold on for a moment, we're doing plays in 5 days.
But we were cheering that, and we were cheering Victoria Wood. I think that is the...
Yes, I mean, the love that was there and the appreciation for the work was incredible. And it was a really wonderful evening. Wonderful evening.
Yeah. And a nice return to true musical comedy.
Oh, wasn't it just so nice?
As Thoss said about I Can't Sing when he saw it, he said, it's the best 1920s musical comedy I've seen in a long time.
I mean, there are a lot of great shows around, but, you know,
Well, we're looking at 2 adverts for their... Well, 3.
Well, 2. Mel Brooks' Young Frankenstein, who Jessica's in, and Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah. And the one Hannah's looking forward to on the other side is High School Musical.
Yes, they're doing Little Shop of Horrors. Now, this is kind of spinning off, but there's a tendency now to have someone playing the plant on stage. Do you like to see a traditional Audrey, or do you like to see...
Audrey 2.
Audrey 2? Or do you like to see... Or does it not bother you?
I like to see a traditional...
puppet.
Yeah, I don't like to see the person behind it, quite literally. And this is what I'm glad they're doing with Paddington, because that's the next show I'll be seeing. And I'm glad they've gone for a quite advanced way of delivering
Yes, very much
the bear.
so.
But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the Hope Mill carry on doing, because I'm looking forward to High School Musical, because that's going to be an immersive production. And judging by what they've done...
Does that mean they make you play basketball or something?
No, but I think they're building the environment of the school in the theatre, which I don't know what the Hope Mill's
You
like.
mean like Grease have done and Strictly Ballroom and many other shows before?
But
Sorry.
But what I mean is, judging by the quality of what they delivered here...
Yes.
In 9 days, it'd be nice to see what they do with a full scale.
Well, yes. I mean, I haven't got to see Young Frankenstein yet, but I'm hoping that I will get to see it. Looking at these dates, I probably won't.
You're stuck with High School Musical with us then, Dom.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
One of Foss's favourites.
Saying that, I've never even seen the film.
Exactly.
So
Neither have I, so that's why I want to see it.
I heard a couple of the songs. I do like Zac Efron. That is a person, right?
Yes.
Isn't it? Just to quote
He's not
Francis,
a robot.
quote Francis de la Tour in Vicious. But it was a really fantastic evening. It was so well presented, and I'm sure that it was a fundraiser, wasn't it, for the Hope Mill? And I'm sure that they must have raised a great deal of
Yes,
funds.
it's for the anniversary.
And everybody was very good. We must mention Harry Heppel.
Yeah.
Well, everybody was very good. And May Tether, Elliot Broadfoot.
And she's such a good character writer. There isn't really a throwaway role in the show, is there?
No. I mean, even my friend Danielle was playing Miss Willoughby, who owns the wool shop.
Yeah.
Which then becomes the Botox bar or something.
Yeah.
But yes, everybody's
Blowing Botox, whatever it was called.
yes, but everybody's part is just so well written, and everyone has that little moment.
She could write a line that would do everything it had to do. It would make you laugh. It would move you. It would make you. It would create the character, and she was just such a good writer, wasn't she?
Yes, I don't know whether she did them all together in one
not
life.
all together, but she would do what it had to do.
Right. Yes.
The line would either make you laugh or it would.
Yes, I mean she wrote. We've got so much of her stuff that is just proves that she could write comedy and
direct
and the day we sang. Is that right?
And there's melodies of that in here as well, which I don't know what came first. Which is a very
I think
touching.
this came first.
Yeah.
There's a few things, but were there actual melodies, or was it just her sound?
No, it was a melody. Ripped.
Okay.
Not ripped, but kind of placed. And also,
Borrowed. Well, Cole Porter did it.
Yeah,
so,
there's another Victoria Wood musical coming.
there is.
Yeah.
And that's
A
usually...
jukebox musical.
Yes, that will be very interesting. What's that called? 13 again?
Yeah, something like that. The day we turn 14 or
30, yes, something like that. Yes, but that will be very interesting, and yes, so nice because there's so many other songs that she did. She even wrote a whodunit song. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
She did. She wrote a whodunit song, and I remember watching it. It was on Wood and Waters, which was the.
Who did it?
So
Did she do it?
no. What? It's. Hold on, someone.
So she wrote a whole.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Someone's cutting my head off, and it's only 4:15. My goodness, it's Mummy. How perfectly crummy. I should have thought of that before or something.
So she wrote a whole whodunit in a song.
Yes, it starts off under the bedclothes, quiet as a mouse, reading one of those murder stories set in a country house, and then she lists everyone dying. I say, come and listen to Cecil. What a peculiar cough. His tie's rather tangled. Oh, yes, he's been strangled. No wonder he looks so pissed off.
I must check that out.
You'll have to just find the whole episode of Wood and Walters and skim through it. I don't know. I can't remember which episode it was.
I wrote a murder mystery song once called There's Nothing Like a Nice British Murder.
Oh, I remember that. Yes.
Thank you, Dom, for joining us to talk about Acorn
Thank you
Antiques.
very much. I'm going off to do pantomime. Worcester, Swan Theatre.
Goodbye, thank you. No, go on.
No, it was Swan Theatre, Worcester. I'll be playing King Eric, hanging up my dame for this year, which is great fun. Yes. Come and say hello if you listen to this and you're in Worcester.
And thank you for talking about Acorn Antiques. We'll have you on again, Dom. Thank you so
Lovely.
much. Take care.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Musical Talk. To find out more about the world of Musical Talk, you can visit our website at musicaltalk.co.uk, where you'll find all our episodes, or you can listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. Please follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Musical Talk.